Remember to like and subscribe to PepoCoin channel for future XRP news and other cryptocurrency news in general. CoinMarketCap summarizes everything discussed in this video. Come on, look at this. Is the lawsuit against Ripple over? In today's important meeting, the SEC will talk about settlements. The SEC and Ripple will meet today, but it will be behind closed doors. The case may change depending on how this meeting ends. If the SEC decides to withdraw its appeal, it might lead to institutional adoption and facilitate Ripple's IPO, creating new opportunities in the Bitcoin market. The XRP community is understandably more nervous than ever as the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, or SEC, prepares to hold yet another meeting behind closed doors on February 13, 2025. There is a lot of conjecture on the likelihood of a settlement to the ongoing case against Ripple, because this is the third consecutive weekly session that the Sunshine Act has been held. Ripple was sued by the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, in December 2020 for allegedly promoting XRP as an unregistered security. Since then, this lawsuit has had a big influence on how cryptocurrencies are regulated. The court's ruling in July 2023 declared that XRP sales to institutional investors were securities. Conversely, exchange sales were not regarded as stocks. On the other hand, the SEC appealed the decision and contested the finding. After a while, Ripple asked for an extension, asking for April 16, 2025 to present its formal response to the current case. During the scheduled meeting, the Securities and Exchange Commission, or SEC, we will talk about a number of significant topics, many of which have a direct bearing on the Ripple case. In addition to other difficulties pertaining to enforcement, procedures, and checks, these concerns include the initiation and resolution of administrative proceedings, injunctive actions, and lawsuit claims. Due to the focus on injunctive actions and legal settlements, it is especially crucial that holders of XRP and Ripple attend this meeting. The future regulatory stance that will be adopted on the asset may be influenced by this meeting. In the event that the ruling is in favor, XRP may experience a surge that might push the cryptocurrency to a new all-time high. However, the price of XRP can drop significantly if the Securities and Exchange Commission chooses to proceed with its legal actions. There is still hope that the action will have a favorable ending, despite the U.S. government's indications that it may adopt a more crypto-friendly stance. Apart from influencing price swings, a settlement could present Ripple and XRP with important opportunities. This might enable the long-awaited initial public offering, or IPO, of Ripple, which has been delayed due to regulatory difficulties. A further sign of the increasing interest among institutions is the fact that a number of financial institutions, including WisdomTree, Bitwise 21 Shares, and Canary Capital, have applied for exchange-traded funds or ETFs based on XRP. A settlement might lead to the XRP exchange-traded fund being approved in a more advantageous tax environment for XRP holders and investors. Meanwhile, outside of Ripple, legal developments continue to take place. Recently, the SEC and Binance filed a motion seeking a 60-day stay of proceedings in the U.S. District Court for the District of Columbia. If this request is approved, it will temporarily halt the legal actions against Binance that were started 2 years ago at the direction of former SEC head Gary Gensler. Due to President Trump's impending administration, the Securities and Exchange Commission, or SEC, is now experiencing leadership changes. Paul Atkins has been suggested to take Gary Gensler's place as chairman of the Securities and Exchange Commission following Donald Trump's victory as president. Legal experts say that until Atkins' confirmation is confirmed, the Securities and Exchange Commission, or SEC, may keep taking action against Ripple. NYSE RKS 19B4 application for listing and trading. The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission has authorized Grayscale's XRP ETF shares. According to Fox Business journalist Eleanor Terrett, the filing was acknowledged by the United States Securities and Exchange Commission, or SEC, on Wednesday, marking the beginning of the clearing process. This shows that the SEC is willing to evaluate the possibility of accepting it rather than flatly rejecting it. In December, exchanges interested in listing Solana spot ETFs withdrew their 19B4 applications after the Securities and Exchange Commission, led by Gary Gensler, said it would not deal with them, according to Terrett. The Securities and Exchange Commission's SEC recognition of the NYSE 19B4 XRP ETF application demonstrates a more lenient attitude toward the product. The Securities and Exchange Commission, or SEC, will review the application following the acknowledgement and decide whether to approve Grayscale's XRP ETF file. According to Teray, this process could take up to 240 days, starting from the time the regulatory agency posts the material in the Federal Register. She emphasized that the Securities and Exchange Commission would release the material to the public within the next several days. To provide context, Bitwise and Canary are two other possible issuers who have applied to introduce XRP exchange-traded funds in the U.S. Additionally, exchanges such as CBOE and NASDAQ have filed 19 B4 applications with the SEC to list the XRP exchange-traded funds, or ETFs. Teray expects other possible issuers to submit similar applications to be considered by the Commission, considering that the Grayscale XRP ETF proposal has already been accepted by the regulatory agency. The Securities and Exchange Commission, or SEC, has around 15 days to accept 19 B4 applications for exchange-traded funds, or ETFs. The Ripple CEO responds. Brad Garlinghouse, the CEO of Ripple, responded to the acknowledgement. He emphasized that he had predicted the existence of an XRP exchange-traded fund, or ETF, and that it is inevitable. He asserts that his forecast is now coming to pass, despite the fact that many people first questioned it. A great deal of regulatory ambiguity has resulted from the ongoing litigation around XRP between the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, and Ripple. Rumor has it that the SEC will not recognize or accept any exchange-traded funds, ETFs, linked to XRP, since it is appealing the decision. However, Grayscale's application for an XRP exchange-traded fund was accepted by the current leadership, which has been pro-crypto since it was nominated, despite these reservations. In an amazing remark on the SEC v. Ripple case, ETF Store President Nate Gerasi noted that this action is an important statement in the SEC case. Whether or not to dismiss the Ripple case is still up for debate at the Social Security and Exchange Commission, or SEC. Its acknowledgement of the XRP ETF application, however, indicates that the case is not as important as it was a few years ago.